Hello everyone, this is Boxlove, and today we will be talking about dangers of vaping. Particularly the vaping company we'll be talking about today is Juul. If you haven't heard of Juul, Juul is a vaping company that produces vaping products. For those of you who don't know how vaping works, it works like this. Simply, you have um, the pod and the device. Let's say this sword right here that I have is the device, and this firework that I have right here is the pod. Um, what they do is they mix nicotine with oil and some flavoring, and they put it in these pods right here. And then when you attach the pods to these vaping devices, the vaping devices, when you turn them on, it heats up the oil, turns it into vapor form, and then you can inhale it. The nicotine in these pods right here comes into contact with your brain, and it stimulates your brain to produce dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical that is associated with your brain's reward system. So that is why it makes you addicted, because you feel rewarded after you take a jewel. And you might be saying, well, Fox Lemon, it's not so bad, right? I mean, you get happy. Well, no, it's not good because first of all, it's oil. Oil is going into your lungs. Hot oil is going into your lungs in the form of vapor, and it's making it a lot harder to breathe. And that's not good, you know? Also, the nicotine has effects on your health, and it does very bad things, such as making your teeth a very nasty color. That's one example. Also, what happens is that you get addicted and you keep on purchasing more and more of jewels until you're hooked, and you keep on buying more and you waste more money on jewels, and you also hurt yourself. Essentially, you get addicted to pain. Uh, Now I'm going to show you some of the advertising methods that Jewel uses. As you can see here, this is my good friend. Um, he works for Jewel. He has made poor life choices, is what I'll say. Um, One of the methods that they use is they make them really shiny. So they make their pods look really nice, cool, and trendy and shiny. As you can see here, we have some very shiny jewel pods. Also, what they do is they give them really nice flavors like grape or mint, um, to attract adults and young adults and teenagers who don't know better. They also use celebrities to advertise jewels, such as they get influencers on platforms like Instagram or maybe even YouTube. I don't think that should be allowed at this point. Maybe it is. You don't know. But yeah, Jewel uses some very, 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 very sketchy advertising techniques. Right now, I'm going to demonstrate what it's like to try to fight an enemy with jewels in your system. If I can just maybe not die, that would be cool. Dude, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, we're settling here. Gonna fight some enemies, just to show you what Jewel does to your body. Just get on top. Okay. As you can see, I am in much pain, and I can't fight. Oh, I'm gonna die. I am going to die very quickly. And I'm stuck. And I have been killed. That is just a brief demonstration of what Jewel does to your body. It makes you slow, it makes you weak, it hurts your lungs so you can't breathe, and the oxygen just doesn't go through your system. does very bad things to your body, and it all the while makes you addicted. So you keep on hurting yourself over and over again. And you get so addicted that you want to do it all the time. Like, let's say, you're just in your bed, right? You're just going to sleep. You just want to go to sleep, but then you're like, oh, I need that jewel. I need that. Let me get that. I need that jewel, and you keep on hurting yourself over and over again because you're addicted to that jewel. And maybe you're just studying and you're like, oh, where is that jewel? And you waste time trying to find it and you're using it, you get addicted, and it affects your life in ways that are so terrible and bad. Um, Also what happens is a lot of people think, oh, if I just try Juul once, that can't be too bad, right? I'm only trying it once. Yes, but once is gonna turn into twice. Twice is gonna turn into three times. Three times is gonna turn into five. It's gonna go on and on. And Juul affects a lot of things. Like you could be spending your time studying or talking to your friends or running around in your nice little boots or cooking even. But your Juul will affect all of that. Some people are forced into it by their friends. And if your friends force you into it, you should probably just run away, leave them alone, try to convince them to stop. And if they keep on trying to force you into it, just call someone. Say, hey, call an adult, call an adult individual, and say, hey, uh, I think we should stop these kids from vaping because they will die. They will. Uh, I remember there's a story of this kid named Clay. He was in high school and he was playing football and he was so good at it. But then one day his friends decided to start vaping. Yeah, he started vaping with his friends as well. Uh, and the only reason he was able to stop was because he wanted to be in the best shape for football, which is what you should do in any situation. You have you should stop vaping as soon as possible. But sadly, his friends didn't stop. There was another girl. She was a dancer, a very good competitive dancer. But then she started vaping with her friends. She found it. And she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna try it once." And then the cycle happened, and she was craving it for it night and day. She needed it all the time, and it affected her life. It damaged her lungs. It made her weak, and then she had to be rushed to the hospital after she passed out. That is when her mom found out that she was vaping. Vaping doesn't hurt only you. It hurts your family members, it hurts your friends, it hurts your teammates, it hurts your peers even if you force them into it. A lot of people think that cigarettes are safer than vaping devices, which is not true. Juul advertises it like that though. So that's that. Smoking a single Juul pod is like smoking a pack of cigarettes every single time you finish a pod. A lot of people finish a pod in a single day. And if you think that cigarettes are bad, think about the fact that if you smoke a pod of Juul every single day, you're smoking a pack of maybe 25, 24, 15 cigarettes every single day. And it's hurting your lungs very badly. Um, People who vape are actually 7 times more likely to smoke when they become older. So, if you don't like smoking, then stop vaping first. And then maybe you can move on to helping your friends. Maybe start an anti-vaping campaign, maybe. Many people are suffering from this vaping crisis. Many people are dragged into this world. Many people die from this. And it needs to be stopped. We cannot let our generation, we cannot let any generation for that matter, get addicted to these things and slowly die because they simply cannot stop. It's not fair. Don't let a small stick and a small packet of oil
Mm.
destroy your entire life. That is all I have to say for today.